Hello, welcome. This is Nasseh. I'm here in Toronto for a day for a personal reason, but I wanted to make a quick video here. I'm in the Yorkville area, beautiful area, and right about to leave. And I figured I'll make a quick video to answer a question that come up after posting the ESR instruments video about the introduction of the ESR files. There's a series of reciprocating files that have been introduced by Dendo. And the question was about whether I could just share a clinical video of their use to better demonstrate the protocol for ESR. And so without further ado, here is the video.
Okay, the tooth in question here is a mandibular first molar with a lithium disilicate crown and irreversible pulpitis. And what we do is we isolate the tooth with a rubber dam and use the DuraCut burr from the Dendo Axis kit to very quickly prepare an outline form through the lithium disilicate crown, and then move to the saber cut burr to unroof the pulp chamber, cut the dentin, and get proper access to each canal. Here I'm using also the E15D ball tip, ultrasonic tip, to expand the access over each orifice, and we can see the mesiobuccal, mesiolingual, and distal canal, which is the three canals in this molar. The protocol for the ESR, using a size 10 hand file, and then we're going to be descending down, since this is a molar, from a 25 to a 20 and then possibly to a 15 in a crown down fashion using the rhythm motion, which is the recommended method for the ESR and reciprocation motion. We use the number 10 hand file to just kind of get some preliminary opening up to an estimated working length, and then added some canal clean. And now we're going to use the size 25 ESR file in rhythm motion, first in the distal canal, and then we move on to the mesiolingual canal. Still 3 light strokes to engagement, and then you back up and then use the endo swipe to clean the debris from the canal. It's very important to manage the debris in reciprocation. Removal of the debris from the file using the endo swipe or an alcohol gauze is very important. We did the mesiobuccal now. We're going to now remove any of the loose debris in the canal with an ultrasonic and then add canal clean. Instead of the ultrasonic, you could also use just regular irrigation with a needle. So now we move from a 25 to a 20. On the distal, we're very close to the estimated working length with a 20. On the mesiolingual, we still have a couple of millimeters left. And then another rhythm motion here on the mesiobuccal. And as you can see, these instruments' flexibility is also ideal for pre-bending a little bit so that you can gain access through a crown. So once again, every time we're changing files, what we need to do is we need to remove the loose debris and add canal clean to loosen it up. Now, after the 20, we move down to the ESR Scout, which is a much thinner file and allows us to now get, as you can see, to the estimated working length. Now that we've achieved estimated working length, we're going to get the final working length confirmed with the apex locator and a radiograph, and we can see that both in the distal and the mesial canals we have 21.5 millimeter of length in each of these canals. So we go on and once again add the canal clean, and now we set all the files to the final working length, and the goal is to incrementally move back up now from the size 15 to the final size that we want to reach to fit with our cones. Here we can see that the distal and the mesials finally reach the final working length with this 15. So we move up in size now to a size 20, and the 20 also very quickly reaches the working length. And we're just going to fast forward at this point and go a little bit quicker because the protocol remains the same. It's 1 or 2 rhythm motions followed by irrigation and the removal of the debris, and you can add hypochlorite at this point, and then proceed to make sure that the each file is reaching the length before you move up to the next size up. So the 20 did reach length in all 4, and now we're moving up to the 25, and the distal reaches a length very quickly. On the mesials, it does reach the length with a couple of rhythm motions. So I think at this point, the mesials should be really fitted with a 25 as our final master file. However, on the distal, it was a little bit on a looser side, and the 25 reached the apex pretty easily. So we're just going to go up one size so that the distal would be a size 35. And you can see with one rhythm motion that reaches the apex too. And now we're going to do our full protocol for disinfection and removal of the debris and the smear layer. And we go on and fit the matching ESR BC cones. And it does show here that on the mesials, the mesial buccal was reaching, or rather joining, the mesiolingual, which was it was a little bit challenging about that route. So we go on and add our BC sealer to the coronal half and use our files. You could even use one of the rotary files by hand to push the sealer all the way down to the full working length and individually seat each cone and sear it off and remove the handle. Using a size 10 and 9 plugger, then we condense up coronally right at the orifice level. So we do that in each canal. Here, because the axis is pretty small, I needed to do each canal separately because there was not a whole lot of room if I had put two cones next to each other. And here you use the ultrasonic to remove any of the excess sealer that's on the canal walls, and very quickly now use this new product, the EndoSequence base, to fill the access, as you can see, very nicely and very quickly. And here is the full case, these 3-canaled mandibular molar. We have a couple of lateral canal that is popped. We have some interesting anatomy in the distal that are showing here at an angle how this canal was filled three-dimensionally using hydraulic condensation with the use of ESR instruments for the preparation.
Okay, I hope this video was helpful to you in terms of understanding how ESR can be used and combined with hydraulic condensation to improve the ease of use of these instruments and obturation. In fact, I think this particular combination of hydraulic condensation and reciprocation requires a whole new word to be coined, and I think we're going to use the word easeability. The easeability of instrumentation and obturation, combining hydraulic condensation with reciprocation in the specific protocol that I've described here at Blue Endo, is actually something to kind of consider as a remarkable improvement over the way things have been done in the past. So anyway, comment any questions that you may have here below the video about this technique. And in the meantime, don't forget to like and share the video. And for Blue Endo, I'm Ali Nasseh, and let's save some teeth.